Hi everyone, my name is Filippine Hoogland and I'm an ecological landscaper and a homeowner. And today I want to talk about pesticides. In the United States there are more than 18,000 chemical formulas on the market as pesticides. And the first formulas were created during warfare and were meant as a weapon against human enemies. And after the war they started to target them as products to farmers and to homeowners. So what are we sure about when it comes to pesticides? Well, we know, for example, that more than 99.5% of any chemical application doesn't reach its target. So that chemical is now all over the plant, all over your insects in your garden, and it will also be inside the birds that eat those insects or that rely on those plants. What we also know is that these chemicals end up in our bodies, through the soil, through the water, and we don't know exactly yet what the effects are of that. Homeowners apply about 10 times the amount of chemicals on their landscapes than a farmer does on any crop. So with that, it is possible that some counties that are completely suburban are having way higher pesticides levels than agricultural land. How do we know that? Because these pesticide sales are very strictly monitored. So these are all facts. Recently there were publicized two very important researches. One was about the western monarch migration. A research team investigated the monarchs that were hibernating in California, and what they found is that the majority of the butterflies had fatal levels of a landscaping pesticide in their bodies. We're not talking about agricultural pesticides, we're talking about landscaping, and then especially the products that we're using against ticks and mosquitoes. And the other research had monitored farmland with a heavy dose of pesticide applications and found that the use of those pesticides actually aggravated the pests over time. So these are two very important findings. One, that we as homeowners are really responsible for the die-off of insects, if we can translate what happens to the monarchs to other insects as well. And the other one is that pesticides actually can aggravate a problem over a long time. The good news is that we actually know how to solve a pesticide problem. We know that if we have a healthy biodiversity, the pests will be reduced, but also the amount of diseases, even the incidence of something like Lyme disease among ticks, goes down in a healthy managed landscape. So less lawn, more life really means that you have a more biodiverse landscape where nature manages its pests by itself. I want to make sure that you understand that while I love insects and plants, I'm not doing this because I love that. I'm doing it because there's really solid evidence that we need this biodiversity in order to create healthy ecosystems. And I'm so happy that you're all reducing your lawn and creating more of those diverse landscapes. And good luck with that, and thank you so much for that.